everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Marie, a dreaming witch, and today we will be doing a reading on the Scorpio full moon, which is happening today, April 23rd at 7:48 p.m. Eastern time. So we're going to be hopping right in to look at the energy and what the full moon is bringing up. Then we're going to go into what's being released, and we'll end it with some oracle card pulls on the focuses and themes of this Scorpio full moon. So that is what we're going to be doing today. And before we hop right in, I want to do my little spiel where I go over the previous moons, the full moons and the new moons in Scorpio. So if you're new here, I always like to mention the previous new moon and full moon of the current moon sign, because it can help us understand how this moon is interacting with us personally. If you look back at the moon that happened 6 months ago and a year ago, and see if any reoccurring themes are coming up for you. So for the Scorpio full moon, this one's actually a little more interesting because this is our first Scorpio full moon since the eclipses back in 2021. I think that was our last Scorpio full moon that wasn't an eclipse. So this is our first full moon in Scorpio that is not an eclipse since 2021. So that's a long cycle. So that means this moon might feel a little more intense, a little more like there's more to it than normal full moons, because it's been a long cycle of these Scorpio eclipses. While the North Node was in Taurus and the South Node was in Scorpio, there has been a lot of shedding of Scorpio themes, moving towards Taurus themes, balancing out those energies. And now we are here in 2024, in April, having our first Scorpio full moon that is not an eclipse. And it is also being ruled by Mars, which is currently in Pisces. So we've got a lot of water sign energy going on in general. So emotions are probably pretty heavy, I don't want to say intense, but intense, heavy, prominent, just feeling very strange with that Piscean energy. They may be confusing. You might not understand what you're feeling, but you know that you're feeling a lot. And it may be like a big release that is kind of building up here. So that is that. The last new moon that happened in Scorpio was November 13th, 2023. And the last full moon in Scorpio, which was a lunar eclipse, happened May 5th, 2023. So that's the last, 6 month and 1 year cycle of this Scorpio moons and of these themes of Scorpio. So if you can look back into your camera roll or your journal, if you have a journaling habit, or you just know what was going on around those times, I recommend looking at those dates to see if there are any reoccurring themes. 333 when I just looked at the clock, and just see if there's anything that you've been continuously shedding. You can also just check your chart if you are aware of your astrology, and see where you have Scorpio in your chart, whether it's a personal placement, or you just have Scorpio ruling a certain house or over a certain house. Look into those themes and see, what they are. But overall, since this is the first Scorpio full moon that's not an eclipse, since, 2021, this gives a lot of closing a chapter energy, closing a big cycle, letting that cycle come to an end. And that's kind of been coming up anyway, since we're in Mercury retrograde in Aries, which is also being rolled by the Mars in Pisces. And we just got out of eclipse season with the Aries Libra eclipses. So there's a lot of energy that has been going on this past April to late March. And this Scorpio full moon is really like stamping the end on that, all that releasing. So like I said, we're going to go in and look at the energy, what's being released, and the focuses. But I really wanted to get that out there because I think it is helpful to help you understand what's coming up for you. So yeah, we're going to hop into it. And before we do, like I said, if you're new here, I'm Marie. I am an intuitive tarot reader. I am an artist of multiple forms. I am a dreaming witch. I finally have like a witch hat, so I feel pretty official. But I also make custom notebooks, handmade notebooks, different different kinds of art and stuff. I am gonna probably be opening up to doing customs sometime soon, and I also have personal tarot readings available. So all that aside, let's hop into the reading and see what is coming up collectively for this Scorpio full moon. All right, so like I said, we're going to be starting with what is this full moon bringing up, and then we're going to go into what's being released and the focuses and themes of the full moon. So let's hop straight into it. What is this full moon in Scorpio bringing up for the collective? I finally kind of got my camera in a way where you can kind of see me shuffling. So yay. So what is this Scorpio full moon bringing up? And if you've been watching my videos, I am finally using a different deck. I got a new deck that is this Zodiac Tarot deck. So if I struggle shuffling a little bit, it's because I'm still breaking it in. But it's a beautiful deck, and I wanted to switch it up. All right, what is this Scorpio full moon bringing up for the collective? What is this Scorpio full moon bringing up for the collective? I feel like it's kind of like that exhale, like you're letting out a deep sigh, like things have been going on, 111 on the clock, that consistently kind of stirring things up. It's like every time you feel like you're going to catch a break, something else happens. And I feel like this is finally like coming to that like time, like it's time to just let it all out. All right, what is this Scorpio full moon bringing up for the collective? What is this Scorpio full moon bringing up for the collective? All right, yeah, we got the Knight of Pentacles reversed here. And so the Knight of Pentacles traditionally is a slow-moving progress card. So in reverse, it definitely is feeling like we've been pushing, really trying to get ahead and really just not making any progress there. And just really like hitting a wall and getting frustrated because things aren't moving as quickly as we want them to. And I think that theme has kind of been coming up a good bit lately. There's like a need to slow down, ground ourselves, get centered, let go of things that are in the way. What else can we say here? And our like commitment, I feel like, is being tested. How committed are you to this goal? What else can we say here about this Scorpio full moon? What else can we say? All right, we got the King of Wands reversed. So there is definitely that energy budding under the surface. Energy, yeah, and we got the the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck here. So definitely that energy bubbling under the surface, feeling like we have so many ideas that we're gonna explode. And I think that's why that grounding is really here. There's definitely a need to ground, and masculine energy is very heavy right here. There is definitely a sense of wanting to aggressively pursue our goals, our ambitions, our dreams, and needing to hone that in a bit, needing to hone in our ideas. We even got the Queen of Wands underneath the Ace of Wands here, or Ace of Swords. So definitely bringing that energy in, bringing in that independent, fiery energy, honing it in a good bit, trying not to be too reckless with our ideas. Yeah, we've got the Eight of Wands reversed. Yeah, a lot of fiery energy going on here. It is Mercury retrograde still. Mercury retrograde does end on the 25th, so we are like right at the end. There's yeah, it's the 23rd today, so we're like 2 days away from the end of Mercury retrograde. Then we have the shadow period. So we're almost there. All that energy that's been building, all those impulses that have been coming up, it is almost time to utilize that energy, but you need to get a little more centered. You need to hone in your creative like ideas a bit. You've got these ideas, but are they too scattered for you to work with right now? Do you even know what step one of your goals is? Or are you just seeing the big picture and not looking at the little details? All right. One more here for what is this full moon in Scorpio bringing up. I am also feeling like this kind of is saying something about unreliable relationships, since relationships have kind of been a big theme lately, and we've got a lot of masculine energy here and that commitment kind of issues coming up. If someone is not committing to you, you know, if you're in that talking stage, situationship kind of thing, and the commitment isn't happening, it's time to let that go. It's time to, you know, get firm on your boundaries here. Yeah, well, you've got the Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands down at the bottom here. It is time to, you know, hone your energy in a more conductive way. There are more things out there for you. There is more for you to pursue. You are worth a lot more, and you deserve, you know, the commitment in return. So I don't know who that's for, but that was the message that I just kind of felt coming through. One more here for what this Scorpio full moon is bringing up. And you guys remember, like, Scorpio is kind of shadow energy. It's kind of, you know, possessive. It's kind of, you know, it wants deep, meaningful connections. It doesn't want surface level, you know, bullshit. So where are you settling for some of that is maybe something to look at. So what else can we say about what this full moon in Scorpio is bringing up? All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And it's interesting that we have all court cards coming out here so far. Yeah, we have all court cards coming out. And with the Queen of Pentacles, that's still like support, still finding that independence. And we have the Star reversed on the bottom down here. So where are you not being supported in your circle? Where are you not supporting yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually? Where have you maybe slackened on your self-love? Now, when people hear self-love, they might think like, oh, that means like I love myself like I would love another person, and I love myself like kind of in a woo-woo way, like I take baths, I do this, I shop, I treat myself. Like self-love goes a lot deeper than that. And I think that is a theme coming through here, is to love yourself by taking care of yourself. How would you want someone else to take care of you? Start doing that for yourself. Start honing in your independence, grounding yourself, taking care of your resources and your energy. Back to that, you know, if someone's not giving back, reciprocating your energy, then why are you still pouring into this person, expecting them to do something different? Why aren't you pouring that into yourself? Why aren't you taking care of yourself the same way that you want this person to take care of you? If your friend came to you and told you about their situation, which is your situation. So imagine you have a friend going through the exact same thing you're going through. What would you tell that friend? How would you recommend your friend take care of themselves? And apply that to yourself. You deserve more. You deserve reciprocation. And you deserve to take care of yourself. You know, we're supposed to be our own best friends, our own, you know, we only have ourselves in the end. We always have ourselves. So you might as well be friends with yourself, if that makes sense. But hope is going to be restored eventually. Yeah, we have temperance down underneath the star here. We need to balance some things out in our life. We need to make some changes. We need to make some adjustments in our life. And we need to figure out where we can bring in more freedom, more play, more joyful energy in general, and working with what we got. You know, it's very easy to get wrapped up in a woe is me victim kind of mindset, and it makes sense sometimes, because sometimes the world just sucks and things just suck. But if we let ourselves linger in that too long, we consistently find ourselves in situations that make us feel that way because we keep expecting it. Yeah, we have the Seven of Wands reversed down here. We keep finding situations where we have to defend ourselves, where we have to be on guard, where we have to like push back hard, and we don't need to be doing that. Not consistently, at least. You know, how can you nurture yourself? How can you take a break? How can you pour all this energy and care into yourself and not, you know, everyone else around you? A little bit of hermit mode kind of energy. So that is what the full moon's bringing up. Let's get into what's being released with this full moon. What is being released with this full moon in Scorpio? And like I said, these are all court cards, so these could also be reflective of people around us. Especially, we've got two masculine cards here, and we've got, you know, the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like, how are you maybe picking up slack for masculine people in your life? That doesn't have to mean men. Masculine and feminine energies are in all of us. So, and how are you balancing those energies in yourself? 11:11 on the clock there, which is also a 4 when you reduce it. So stability, foundations. Oh, my cards. All right, what is being released? Oh, like I said, sometimes the shuffling is going to be a little rough because they need broken in. What is being released with this Scorpio full moon in the collective? What are we releasing with the Scorpio full moon in the collective? What are we releasing? All right, we have the Six of Cups reversed here. We got a lot of reverses coming out today. And this is actually the Sun in Scorpio card. But yeah, so releasing nostalgia that might be keeping us stuck. You know, when you delve too much into the past, and we got the Two of Cups down here even. When you reflect too much on the past and how things used to be, it can keep you in that, you know, rose-colored glasses kind of state, especially in relationships with other people. You can remember how things were good. You can remember how the beginning or the good adventures and memories you've had. And that can keep you in this rose-colored glass area where you're like thinking like, oh, well, maybe if we can just get back to that, things will be fine again. Nostalgia is not, you know, always that great. And what is this? The Venus in Cancer card. All right, so we've got a lot of water energy coming through with these cards. And with that Mars in Pisces that's rolling this, I think that makes sense because those illusions, those that rose-colored glasses kind of feeling is very Piscean, very, you know, wanting to see the bright side, wanting to see only what you want to see in people. So we need to kind of get out of this nostalgia loop. We need to kind of look at things more objectively, which is bringing us back to that Knight of Pentacles, that King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles energy. We need to hone in that energy and get a little more realistic about our situation. What else can we say about what we're releasing? And Scorpio will hold on to things way too long. I should know, I am a Scorpio. And Scorpio is notorious for that possessive, vengeful kind of energy where, you know, you always want to get even. You always want to get back. You always want to balance things out, but to your own detriment is what Scorpio can be bad at, is doing these things to their own detriment. Holding on to the past, holding on to a grudge, holding on to a vision of, you know, how things can be. And that's still that Piscean energy too. So what else can you say here about what is being released? And even before I started doing this reading, I was kind of getting a like download, I guess, of let people, like, when people show you who they are, believe them. You know, you've probably heard that saying by now, but when people, like, for real, when people show you who they are, believe them. And one scenario I was thinking of was an event I had with a friend, where they really did another friend of theirs terribly dirty. Like, they betrayed the fuck out of that friend. And me and them were friends longer, so I kind of was just like, oh, well, I don't know, you know, maybe I didn't judge them very hardly for it. Like, I was judging, but I wasn't taking it as part of their character. I was like, oh, you know, maybe they slipped up, something happened here, and then they turn around and do the same kind of thing to me. And I'm like, how do I even have a right to be surprised when they showed me who they were and I didn't believe them? I thought, you know, I was exempt from that behavior. And that's kind of the energy that I think is coming through with this, is stop thinking that, you know, you're exempt from other people's behavior just because they haven't done it to you yet. And, you know, that whole thinking we're special kind of energy. I'm sorry, I didn't think this was going to get, like, relationship talky, but I guess with that Libra South node, relationships are really kind of a forefront right now. But what is being released with this Scorpio full moon? All right, we have the Three of Pentacles here, which kind of does bring back that relational kind of energy, although this is more about your growth, more about, what is this, Mars and Capricorn energy. So your work ethic, your growth, the things you're committed to, the things that you share with others, not being valued. Yeah, so we have all reversals here. There is some tough energy coming through. There is definitely some blockages in letting things go, holding on to the past. People showing us, you know, that we're not getting the care that we deserve. We're not getting the reciprocation we deserve. We're not getting the notice we deserve. If you've been working hard, if you've been trying hard in even, you know, in your work relationships, in your, you know, whatever it really applies to for you, and you're not getting that notice, that recognition, that appreciation, stop holding on to the memory of it being better. Release that. And what do we have here? The Three of Swords reversed at the bottom. So Three of Swords, if you've been watching my readings, has been coming up in almost every single collective I have done for the past like 3 months, if not longer. There is so much hurt and, you know, hurt energy that we're releasing, betrayal energy that we're releasing, heartbreak energy that we are releasing. Why are we holding on to it? I'm not saying that it's going to be easy peasy just to let it go, but are you really trying to process it? Are you really trying to feel it? And we even have the Three of Cups reversed under there. Are you letting yourself meet new people, or are you holding on to these old connections, these old people? And that was 3 threes in a row there. There is definitely a need for finding more aligned people, more aligned spaces, areas where you can be expressive, where you can be creative, where you can show and express your love. I feel like there's definitely a retreating kind of energy. People are kind of wanting to go back into their shell because of these events that have happened that have hurt them. And that's not where we want to end up being. You know, it's okay to do that temporarily to get yourself back together and all that. But when you get stuck there, then you start to close yourself off to any other relationship, any other connection, because you're just not willing to hear people out. You're not willing to, you know, potentially get hurt again. And I get that. But it's also very limiting. All right, one more for what is being released here with the Scorpio full moon. One more for what is being released with the Scorpio full moon. We have the High Priestess, the Moon card itself. So, well, moon related, you know. It is time to stop doubting your intuition. And what do we got? We got the Two of Swords down at the bottom here. All that indecision, that back and forth that you're going through, you know the answer. You know, well, you kind of know. The High Priestess can be, you know, a little elusive at times, but deep down, part of you does know. Part of you has gotten the message of what you should be doing, how you should be moving forward, in relationships, in your connections, in your business stuff, with yourself. But you're doubting your intuition. You're doubting the messages that you're getting. You're doubting your gut feelings. And the more you shut that out, the harder it is to listen to it. The more you get stuck in this Two of Wands energy. We got the Knight of Swords reversed down here. Yeah, the more you get stuck, the more you just get stuck. You get stuck and not able to move forward. And we got that Seven of Wands that came back. The more you're like defensive, the more you're feeling on guard, like you have to fight for your place. And you don't need to do that if you let yourself find a new place to be. If you find a place that you're more aligned, people you're more aligned with. So I think that is all we've got for what's being released. Was there anything else to say about what is being released with this Scorpio full moon? I don't think so. All right, we got the Knight of Cups at the bottom there. I'm going to just take that as self-love, self-care, listening to yourself, getting more in tune, in touch with yourself, and, you know, your own self-love. We even got emotions right on the bottom here of the Oracle deck that I'm going to be using. And yeah, I think that applies pretty, that's like the only one that is in the wrong direction as well. So getting in tune with your emotions. Stop ignoring your emotions. Stop stuffing down your emotions. You can validate your emotions without acting on them as well. I think people gloss over that whenever they're like, I'm being irrational, so, you know, it shouldn't matter. It does matter that you still feel that way. There's a reason you feel that way. It doesn't mean that it's correct. You know, it doesn't mean that it's not irrational, but it's still valid. You're still allowed to feel that way. And, you know, take some time to dig deeper to figure out why you feel that way. What is the root cause? What is the root belief? What is it rooted in? All right, let's get into the final touch here of what the focuses and themes of this full moon in Scorpio are. What are we focusing on with this Scorpio full moon energy? I just noticed the High Priestess was the only upright card that came out. So yes, you have all the answers within you. You just need to get in touch with yourself, with your intuition. Right, what are the focuses and themes of this full moon? What are we focusing on with this full moon? Hope. Oh, hope. Restoring hope. Restoring, you know, a belief that things will get better. What else are we focusing on with this Scorpio full moon? What else are we focusing on with the Scorpio full moon? Integrity. So, you know, living up to your integrity. Getting in touch with your values. And living, you know, living them out, you know. I'll get into the descriptions in a second, because I like the descriptions for these cards. All right, one more focus for us for this Scorpio full moon. Oh, one more focus for the Scorpio full moon. Shine. All right, letting yourself shine, letting yourself be seen, letting yourself express. Cosmic connection at the bottom. So let me get the little guidebook for these because I like their descriptions. All right, number 16, hope. Behind the passing dark clouds, the sun still shines bright. Feeling overwhelmed, disconnected, afraid, and defeated are a few of the symptoms you can experience when passing through an emotional storm. All is not as it seems. The passing storm will uncover suppressed emotional energy that is in need of clearing and balancing. The passing, I said that. As challenging as it may seem, see the passing gray clouds as an opportunity to grow, learn, heal, and transform, limiting behavioral patterns and beliefs. It is not about staying positive through the storm. It's about understanding and truly seeing the imbalances and wounds within you that attract this energy to your space. Clouds do pass and will continue to pass until you learn to truly see the underlying message and lesson. Only then will you transcend the fear and irritability of these challenging cycles. Once you are able to understand your magnetic connection to the challenges that surround you and heal those imbalances with love, storms will cease to affect you as they once did. For now, there is a stillness and hope in knowing that the sun still shines bright behind the passing dark clouds. It is then through this renewed clarity, inner knowing, and strength that you will be able to manifest a life of choice. For no more you will see the passing storms as a destructive force to be reckoned with, but rather an opportunity to evolve to higher states of consciousness and understanding. It is through this act alone that you are reborn in a world of wondrous manifestations and fulfilled dreams. So this relates to our sacral chakra. Integrity, number 17, the next page. To walk with integrity and truth is to walk empowered in spirit. The qualities of this card represent breaking through habits and thought patterns that don't serve your authentic self. Habits and thoughts that leave you feeling guilty and less than who you are. These patterns and emotions serve to only disempower your true potential. This disempowerment is caused by the ego. The ego judges a part of you that lives in the world of habitual patterns and mind games, creating areas of shade. The more it criticizes and judges that shade within you, the more your divine light diminishes. After a period of constant attacks and judgments, you are left feeling deflated and disempowered. Mistakes do happen, and there are times we all say and do things that we wish we hadn't. But instead of criticizing and judging that shade within you, send that part of you love, light, and compassion. Be gentle with that shaded area and understand there is a reason why it is dark. With love, shine light into this part of you and truly see what fears lurk at its core. View your fears with compassion and understanding, love and fullness, all that's been hurt and wounded. Now acknowledge the light that is you, the pure divine essence that flows through your every cell. Remember your divine self. Continue your journey with strength, integrity, and truth. The more you choose to walk with truth and integrity, the brighter your light shines and the more empowered your spirit becomes. So this is related to the solar plexus, the heart, and the throat. So more of that expressive, being true to yourself kind of energy. You know, I think integrity also goes with self-love, like I was mentioning before. And then we have shine, number 29. Shine, for you not only light your path, but the path of others around you. If you've selected this card, Spirit encourages you to shine your extraordinary radiant light. You have traveled a long road full of experiences that have consisted of reservations and uncertainty of self. Now you find yourself inspired, motivated, and ignited with a sense of purpose and passion. Limitations of the mind that once kept you bound have been released, and you are now ready to take that next step. It is time to follow your heart's true desire and calling and sing your unique song. Spirit thanks you for having the courage to step away from the crowd despite the caution of mind. The more you build on your creative passion, the brighter your light will shine. Not only will your surroundings transform to reflect your increasing vibration, but many around you will be inspired by your achievements and your personal growth. Just by following your heart and doing what you love best, you will assist humanity in raising its planetary light. Some may become envious of your accomplishments and success, but don't feel obliged to turn your lights low to appease the discontent in them. Keep shining, for soon they too will be inspired by your luminous glow A strong current is propelling you forward with a positive direction steered by the heart. A path that is driven by the heart is a soul that is limitless and fruitful. Have fun during this wonderful time and express your beautiful soul for the world to see. You deserve it. So this is associated with the sacral chakra. So that brings us all the way back to that Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands energy, you know, that creative passion and energy, those goals that are trying to come through, that are a little stifled, getting in connection with that, restoring your hope, moving with integrity, you know, treating ourselves the way that we would want others to treat us. It starts with ourselves. We can't keep expecting to, you know, talk down on ourselves, let other people treat us like crap, and then move forward. Like, we're clearly sending a message to ourselves that we don't think we deserve those things. So, I think I'm going to wrap it there. That seems like a place to kind of let it all simmer. Like I said, this is a bit of a heavy moon, a bit of an emotional kind of stirring up full moon. We're definitely, you know, getting a lot of stuff to process here and a lot of things to work on integrating. And yeah, if you wanted a personal full moon reading to get a little more deep insight onto how it's personally affecting you and personal things that are going on for you, those bookings are open on my website, or on my link. You know, there's a form you can fill out to do that. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you made this far, please like, subscribe, comment, you know, anything that can help me boost my channel, help me get a little further ahead. And that is all I got for y'all today. So have a good full moon as much as you can. Thank you.